Hello again, my name's Will. I'm the osteopath from Newcastle Sports Injury Clinic. In this video today, we're going to talk about using laptops and the particular issues that are pertinent to laptops, the problems that it can cause, and how to correct for these and get around them. Okay, so in our last video, we discussed the basics of desk setup, your position in the chair, and the position of all the objects on your desk. All the rules that we discussed in the first video apply to using laptops as well, because it's all about getting you in a position which is comfortable and you can maintain for prolonged periods of time without leading to stress and strain on muscles and joints, and limiting as many unnecessary repetitive movements as possible. So, for a little recap, we've got you sitting in a high back chair. You're sitting with your back supported by the backrest. You're sitting upright, so if you run a plumb line through your head stacked above your shoulders above your hips. You should hopefully have a 90-degree angle at your hips and knees, and your feet should be flat on the floor. Hopefully the desk is going to be at a height in relation to that, so with your shoulders resting back and down, your forearms naturally fall onto the desk and you've got a 90-degree angle at your elbows. A little bit of contact through your forearms with the desk is going to help you maintain this upright position. For a little reminder of your primary, secondary and tertiary work zones, your primary work zone is anything with your shoulders in this nice relaxed position that you can reach without moving your shoulders or your elbows. So the things you use most commonly you want here: keyboard, mouse. Secondary work zone is anything which you can reach with a straight arm, so the things you use next commonly on your desk you want there. Tertiary work zone is anything which you have to lean for. So the file which you get one bit of paper out a day, that can go into the tertiary work zone. So you've organised your desk with the things used most commonly closer to you, going backwards to the tertiary work zone. So everything so far follows what we said in the last video. The point of contention is the height of the laptop, because as we discussed in the last video, the height of your screen, the recommended height, if you're looking at the keys when you type, the top of the screen should be at eye level, or if you're touch typing, the middle of the screen should be eye level. So clearly, looking here, it's a lot lower, and what that tends to mean is you tend to flex your neck to focus on the words on the screen. This means you're going from that upright position to a slightly flexed forward position, and especially over time, if you're going to end up kind of doing this kind of thing, it's not a great position to maintain, because it means your muscles through your shoulders, through your upper back and your neck are going to be working extra hard in order to support that position, as well as the fact that you're flexing through your neck, so the joints in your neck aren't in as neutral a position as they were in that nice upright position. If you're working on a laptop and you're starting to notice that you're getting aching in your shoulders or lower neck, upper neck or upper back, this is a sign that things aren't working well for you. If you have pre-existing conditions with your neck and shoulders, this is not a long-term solution of how to work, because it's going to aggravate things. So the way in which you're going to correct this, again, not rocket science. If you've got a pile of boxes or books, you can use those to raise the laptop up. So this is where those cookery books that you bought in the Anik bookshop that were a great idea at the time and you never opened since you got home, perfect use for them. So now, hopefully I'm back in that more upright position, so I can maintain this position easier. It's better for my neck and shoulders, but clearly if I'm then going to use the keyboard and the mouse, I'm going to be raising my hands up through here, which again is defeating the point, because my shoulders and arms are going to be working extra hard in order to maintain this. So the way to get around this is we need a keyboard and mouse. So if you can get these from your desktop computer, great. You can buy them online. They're relatively cheap. Sites like Amazon and Argos will sell them for about £10 a piece. So you might be waiting slightly longer for deliveries with the current climate, but it's definitely worthwhile in order to help things. It's going to correct the situation the only way you can, really. So the keyboard and mouse then connect into USB ports, and then you're effectively mimicking your desktop computer setup. So again, you've still got the keyboard, primary work zone, mouse, primary work zone. The height, the screen's now correct. You might need to pull the laptop in a little bit so with the straight arm you can touch it and you can focus on it a bit better, but that is the long-term solution for working with laptops. So this is kind of covering the fundamentals. If you're having any other issues or struggling with your desk setup, we're still available to do online or virtual desk assessments. You can email us at info@newcastlesportsinjury.co.uk and we can organise one of those for you. You've got the first video for your basics of desk setup, and there's going to be a follow-up video on kind of common problems seen with working with laptops and how to correct for those as well. Please also check out our YouTube channel for the exercise and stretching videos we've got on there. We've got regular Pilates videos, Tai Chi videos, all available for you to use for free. So yeah, and thank you very much for listening. Bye bye.